We have the soldiers in our army, navy, and air force from all over India. They all protect us from those who harm to us. We handle all the problems together like a team. We all stand in a united manner when our national anthem is played or sung to pay respect to our country. We intend to go and represent our cultures and our unity despite being different among each other. A very good evening to all the dignitaries, our special guest from Odisha, and all the teachers and my dear friends from Odisha and Maharashtra. I, Bhavika Krishnani, your host for today's event and student of GHR Raisoni School of Business and Management. It's my honor to welcome you all for the Ek Bharat Shreshtha Bharat program. The theme of our program is Unity in Diversity on the occasion of birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So let's welcome our dignitaries. We felt honored to have with us Dr. O.S. Bihade, Sir, Executive Director of Raisoni Group. We welcome Dr. R.T. Deshpande, Ma'am, Director of Raisoni Business School. I also welcome Dr. Sophia Ansari, Ma'am, Director, GH Raisoni School of Business Management, and a hearty welcome to Professor Dr. Ranjan Kumar Swain, Sir, Principal Parala Maharaja Engineering College. I also welcome Dr. Chintaranjan Malik, Sir, Assistant Professor and Faculty Coordinator of NSS from Parala Maharaja Engineering College. We welcome Nodal Officer Professor C.S. Nikita Jain, Ma'am, from GH Raisoni School of Business Management. And a cheerful welcome to all the teachers and my dear friends from Odisha and Maharashtra again. Now, without any further ado, let's begin with our event. We are all here together to celebrate Indian Unity Day on remembrance of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India, who belongs from the state of Colors, Gujarat. So let's call our first participant, Miss Rupal, for slogan recitation. Oh, Rupal, over to you.
Thank you, Bhavika. Bhavika, I'm audible and visible.
Yes, Rupal, you are audible, but not and
Oh,
visible also.
okay. Thank you, ma'am. Jai Shri Nandra. Any guesses? Which state I represented today? Okay. So, I am Rupal Dhuria, student of GS Raisoni, School of Business Management. Today, I represented the state Gujarat. And my motto is अनेकता में एकता. एकता में बड़ी शक्ति होती है. अपने आपने यह कहानी तो सुनी होगी जरूर कि 5 लकड़ियां के गट्ठे को कोई अकेला नहीं तोड़ पाता क्योंकि उसमें एकता थी. वो जब वो अकेले होती है उन्हें आसानी से तोड़ा जा सकता है. इसलिए एकता की शक्ति में इतनी ताकत होती है कि मुसीबत कितनी भी बड़ी हो और कठिनाई कितनी भी हो, सबके साथ सबके विश्वास के साथ एक साथ विजय पाई जा सकती है. This is all from my side. Over to you, Bhavika.
Thank you, Rupal, for stating the importance of unity. Now, let's know more about the great persona of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and some other great leaders who started the unity in India, for which I would like to call our first speaker for today's event, Ms. Trishna. Trishna, over to you.
Thank you, Bhavika. Unity in diversity is India's strength. There is simplicity in every Indian. There is unity in every corner of India. This is our strength. Good evening to everyone present over here. I'm Trishna Katole. Today, I'm going to make you aware about the great personalities because of whom we celebrate the National Unity Day. The first leader is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel The Iron Man of India was born on 31st October 1875 in Nadiad, Gujarat, India. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was an Indian barrister and statesman, one of the leaders of the Indian National Congress and one of the founding fathers of the Republic of India. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is recognized as the person behind the unification of India after the departure of British in 1947. He oversaw the incorporation of more than 550 princely states into the Indian Union, thereby blocking splitting of a country into miniature nations. He has not only played a pivotal role in the India struggle for independence, but also played the most crucial role in uniting India after independence. The Statue of Unity is built in dedication to Iron Man Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. It is located in the state of Gujarat, India. It is the world's tallest statue with a height of 182 meters and 597 feet. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel died on 15 December 1950 at the age of 75. He will ever be remembered for his great works. The second leader is Subhash Chandra Bose. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was born on 23rd January 1897 in Cuttack, Odisha. Subhash Chandra Bose is popularly known as Netaji. He is one of the most celebrated Indian nationalists whose defined patriotism made him a hero in and around India. A charismatic influencer for youth and an aggressive nationalist, he earned the epithet Netaji by establishing and leading the Indian National Army during India's struggle for freedom. Subhash Chandra Bose is known for his role in India's independence movement, a participant of the non-corporation movement and a leader of the Indian National Congress. He was part of the more militant wing and known for his advocacy of socialist policies. He attempted to get rid of British rule in India during World War II with the help of Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. His birthday also known as Parakram Divas. Subhash Chandra Bose died on 18 August 1945 in Japan. So let's remember one of India's bravest freedom fighter with his memorable quote. Give me blood and I will give you freedom. तुम मुझे खून दो और मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. The third leader is Savitribai Phule. Savitribai was born on 3rd January 1831 in Naigaon, Satara district, Maharashtra. Savitribai Jyotirao Phule was an Indian social reformer, educationalist and poet from Maharashtra. She is regarded as the first female teacher of India along with her husband Jyotirao Phule. She played an important role in improving women's rights in India during British rule. Savitribai Phule and her husband Jyotirao Phule founded the first Indian-run girls' school in Pune at Bhidewada in 1848. She worked to abolish the discrimination and unfair treatment of people based on caste and gender. She is regarded as the mother of Indian feminism. Savitribai Phule devoted her life to the betterment of women's rights, status, and education, and died on March 10, 1897 due to the bubonic plague at the age of 66. The fourth leader is Sarojini Naidu. Sarojini Naidu was born on 30th February 1879 in Hyderabad. Sarojini Naidu's birthday is celebrated as National Women's Day of India on every year. She was an Indian political activist and poet. Sarojini Naidu, also known as Nightingale of India or Bharat Kokila because of her poems. Sarojini Naidu was a fearless leader and a follower of Mahatma Gandhi. She diligently participated in India's movement for independence and also played a leading role during the civil disobedience movement and was jailed along with Gandhiji and other leaders. After India's independence, Sarojini Naidu became the governor of Uttar Pradesh. She was India's first woman governor. So, these were the leaders who worked and contributed for development of sense of unity among Indians in India when it was highly required for making the situations better in India. They led the unity movements begin which makes India a nation with unity in diversity. Thank you and over to you, Bhavika.
Thank you, Trishna, for providing us with such unheard and detailed information of famous leaders. Now, I would like to call our second participant, Ms. Sakshi, for next slogan recitation. Over to you, Sakshi.
I'm audible and visible?
Sakshi, you aren't visible. Sakshi, are you there? Sakshi, hello.
Sakshi, are you there? Sakshi, can you hear us?
मैम साक्षी की आवाज आ रही है
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Sakshi,
Yes.
My name is Sakshi and I'm GHRSBM School of Business Management. I'm representing a state, Punjab. My motto is no one is independent. Every one of us is an extension of the supreme personality of Godhead. It accounts for unity in diversity. There are diverse manifestations. At the same time, there are one in Vishnu. Everything is an expansion of Vishnu's energy. Thank you and over to Bhavika.
thank you, Sakshi. Now, I would like to call our second speaker, Kamakshi, for briefing the great unity movement led by Mahatma Gandhi. Over to you, Kamakshi.
Unity without verity is no better than conspiracy. A very good evening to one and all. I, Kamakshi Chokse, is going to tell you about the Dandi Satyagraha, a non-violent protest. Dandi March or Dandi Satyagraha was a non-violent protest against the British monopoly on salt production that was initiated by Mahatma Gandhi on March 12, 1930. He led the historical Dandi March from Sabarmati Ashram in Gujarat, Ahmedabad to village of Dandi in the state's coastal area. It took him 24 days to reach Dandi. Gandhiji started the movement with 78 volunteers and was later joined by thousands of others in his way. The movement played a significant role in the civil disobedience movement against the salt laws. The Dandi March was started on March 12 and ended after 24 days on April 6, 1930. It passed through 4 districts and 48 villages from Gandhiji's Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi. The march was conducted by Mahatma Gandhi to oppose the salt law introduced by the British rule. Under this salt law, Indians were restricted from producing or selling salt. British not only exercised monopoly over the manufacturing of salt but also imposed a heavy salt tax. However, Gandhiji broke this law by producing the salt at Dandi seashore, followed by several other Indians. The march was joined by the thousands of people and drew the world's attention towards the Indian independence movement through extensive media coverage. Gandhiji was also arrested for this illegal production of salt at the midnight on May 4, 1930. The movement against the salt tax was continued for almost a year, and nearly 60,000 Indians were jailed for this. The salt satyagraha led to the boycott of British goods and clothes. Indians started to oppose other laws as well as including land revenue, chowkidar tax and others. The march played the most significant role in challenging the Britishers since the non-cooperation movement of 1920 to 22. It directly followed the Purna Swaraj Declaration by the Indian National Congress on January 26, 1930, in a way that was meaningful to every Indian. He also reasoned that it would build unity between Hindus and Muslims. After the protest gathered steam, the leaders realized the power of salt as a symbol. Nehru remarked about the popular response. It seemed as though a spring had been suddenly released. Thank you, and over to the host.
Thank you, Kamakshi. Now, let's call our third participant, Trishna, for next interesting slogan recitation. Over to you, Trishna.
Thank you, Bhavika. नमस्कार मंडळी, कसे आहात सगळे? बरे आहात ना? मी तृष्णा काटोले आज राष्ट्रीय एकता दिवसच्या निमित्तावर 2 ओळी बोलणार आहे. विविधतेत एकता हीच आपल्या भारताची शान. प्रत्येक देशवासियाला येथे सारखा मिळतो सन्मान. So can you all guess which state I represent? So for your information, I am representing Maharashtra state. Thank you. Thank you, and over to you, Bhavika.
Thank you, Trishna. It was really wonderful. So let's proceed further and call our third speaker, Mr. Prateek, for giving us the glimpse of unity that India showed in the most recent times. Trishna, turn off your camera.
Thank you so much, Bhavika. A delightful evening to all the honorable guests, respected faculty members, fellow students, and audience. On January 30, 2020, India confirmed its first coronavirus case in Kerala. But until the beginning of March, Indian people didn't pay much attention to the virus. The nation was completely unaware about the world's deadliest pandemic, and as a result, by the end of first wave of COVID-19, more than 1.5 deaths were recorded. It was the toughest time India had ever seen in decades. The second wave of COVID-19 may be aged with the traumatic memories of suffering, struggle for survivors, and the path of deaths. But it will also be remembered for the spirit of many Indians who came forward to share the distress, agony, and mitigate the pain of fellow citizens. From fearing COVID patients to performing last rites, from feeding to sick and hungry to coordinating help for oxygen cylinders, beds, and medicine, these COVID warriors led by example and restored the faith in humanity during the darkest hour of pandemic. Today, we will be giving a tribute to the unsung heroes who became a savior of thousands of lives all over the India. As we are celebrating the program Unity in Diversity by GHRSBM School of Business Management as a part of Ek Bharat Shreshtha Bharat in association with Parala Maharaja Engineering College. The list of unsung heroes is as follows. The first is Dattatreya Sawant. Like thousands of good Samaritans working around the clock to provide help to people in need. Dattatreya Sawant, a Mumbai-based school teacher, has converted his auto rickshaw into mobile ambulance to help COVID patients reach hospital for free. He wore PPE kit and sanitized his vehicle. Second is Shahnawaz Sheikh. With an increased shortage of medical oxygen, hospital beds, and the antiviral drug remdesivir used for the treatment of coronavirus, the healthcare system was barely able to cope up with the rising caseload. At such time, a good Samaritan always keeping the morale high as they are selflessly working to ensure they provide assistance in any way they could. Some were going out of their way to make a difference, and that stands right for Mumbai Shahnawaz Sheikh. Third is DSP Shilpa Shahu. On April 20, a video of official working on a busy street and appealing to people to follow lockdown guidelines went viral on social media. In the clip, we could see DSP working under the scorching summer sun and carrying out her duties with other police officials. The video shows DCP Shilpa Shahu monitoring citizens who are moving around the street and instructing them to go back home safely and follow all the necessary protocols. Fourth one and the last one, Javed Khan. In another example of thoughtfulness, an auto driver from Bhopal has converted his vehicle into an ambulance that also provides oxygen. According to a report of Times of India, Javed Khan has been providing the service for free, and in the last few days, he has come to aid 8 to 10 people. With the COVID-19 cases soaring, Javed was pained at seeing people in agony and couldn't sit at home and do nothing. Now, I have a simple question for all of you. What did we understand from this incident, from these stories? Well, we learn an important lesson that it doesn't matter which profession, caste, race you belong to, but without showing any discrimination, we can work for the betterment of society. And I think that is the real meaning of unity in diversity. That's all from my side. Over to Bhavika. Thank you.
Pratik, I agree with what you said. India has set benchmark of unity by helping other nations in this COVID by providing healthcare facilities and equipments too. So let's move ahead and call our fourth participant, Ms. Kamakshi, for our last slogan recitation of the day. Kamakshi, over to you.
Am I visible, Bhavika?
You are.
Namaskar. Today, On the occasion of National Unity Day, I would like to share with you all a very famous quote delivered by Mother Teresa. Only humility will lead us to unity, and unity will lead us to peace. Now, any guesses which state am I representing? Any guesses? Well,
West
I'm
Bengal.
representing the state which is famous for the sweet Rasgulla. Yes, it's West Bengal. Thank you, and over to the host.
Thank you, Kamakshi, for such wonderful presentation. Now, I request everyone to turn their camera on for a minute as we are going to click a picture.
Please everyone turn your camera on. Thank you everyone. Now you can turn your camera off.
Thank you, everyone. Last but certainly not the least, the vote for thanks for which I would like to call Rupal Dhuria. Over to you, Rupal.
Thank you, Bhavika. I'm audible.
You are.
I'm audible.
Yes, Rupal, you are audible.
Okay, thank you, Bhavika. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is a process. Work together is a success. A very good evening to each and everyone present at the other end. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution to those who work hard to making this event happen. I am Rupal Dhuria, student of GS Raisoni School of Business Management. It's my great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion of unity in diversity. First and foremost, I thank our special guest, Dr. O.S. Bihari Sir, Executive Director of Raisoni Group of Management. And I also express my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Aarti Deshpande ma'am, Director of GS Raisoni Business of School Management, and I also thanks Dr. Sophia Ansari ma'am, Director of GS School of Business Management. A very special thanks to our professor, Dr. Ranjan Kumar Sir, Principal of Parala Maharaja Engineering College. We also thanks to the Dr. Chitranjan Malik Sir, Assistant Professor of Faculty Coordination of Parala Maharaja Engineering College. I also thanks our nodal officer C.S. Neeta Jain ma'am. I also thanks my mem- thanks the member of the media for achieving interesting in conveying the event. And I also good heart who worked behind the scene. Last but not the least, I thanks to all my friends for the cooperation and this making this event successfully. We cannot be separate in interest or divide in purpose. We stand together, unity, the end, until the end. Once again, I thank all of you. Thank you. Over to you, Bhavika.
Thank you, Rupal. I extend my gratitude to everyone who attended the meet and giving their valuable time. I also thank to each speaker and participant for their efforts and making this event a successful one. The program has come to an end. Now everyone can leave. Ma'am,
Yes, Bhavika.
ma'am, the event has been end.
It was a very great event. Congrats all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, you all can
Thank you,
leave.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.